Welcome to Mike Ferry TV. It's the week of May 11th. I had a fun couple of hours a few weeks ago here in Las Vegas. We had a sales talk workshop that Ron Cronin put on, and we had a great group of people, and Ron asked me to come over and spend 30, 40 minutes or whatever with the group, just chatting with them about selling, of course. And what I did is I talked about the 4 key words that you and I have to master: mindset, skills, activities, and action. Because that's really the makeup of our business. What I want to do today is share with you a couple of the thoughts that I talked to them about regarding mindset. Because, you know, in the 4 words, mindset, skills, activities, action, that's the foundation. It's the first word on the list. And quite honestly, the word that makes a huge difference in terms of our productivity. I mean, how often have you ever seen a highly successful person in any field at all, that is negative all the time? You just don't see it. So mindset, as I said to the group, and you know this, of course, is what is going on in here at a given moment about anybody, anything that you're involved in. And whether that be a positive or negative, it's how do you think about it, how do you respond, how do you behave based upon what's going on around you. So as I started the talk, one of the people put their hand right up, and I thought that was cute because I'd only been talking for a minute. And the lady said, "So how do you really take control of your mindset?" So I said there's 3 things that really have a major effect on mindset. I said, number 1, what do you do first thing in the morning after brushing your teeth, taking a shower, combing your hair? What kind of input do you have? For example, do you sit down and watch the news? Do you read the newspaper? Do you go online and look for all the terrible things that happened the day before? Do you start your morning, your day, by filling your mind up with all the garbage that takes place in the world every single day? Because if you do, you know and I know, it's very hard to be positive, enthusiastic, and excited, because all the negativity we see around us has a big effect on how we behave as the day progresses. I said, you know, you've never picked up the newspaper early in the morning and seen a headline, "Good news, great things are happening." It never happens. You don't turn on your morning news at 6 or 7 in the morning and they start with, "We have great news today. Everybody's doing well." See, the news is all about the negativity that goes on in life. And they spend days searching for some negative thing, as simple as a cat got caught in a tree to a terrible car accident, that they can't wait to report it as bad news. So I said to this group, the key to success is, what are you allowing into your head? What thoughts do you have within that first 20 minutes of waking up? Because that really does set the tone for the day. You know that and I know that. Now some of you are going to say, well, how do you know what's going on if you're not watching the news? You're going to know what's going on because somebody's going to tell you. Because the negative people can't wait to express themselves. But then I said, number 2 is, what do you do the first 15 minutes when you get to work? All right? Is the first thing you're doing opening up your computer and your iPad looking for the emails? Is the first thing you're doing looking at some transaction that has fallen apart and fretting over that? Is the first thing you're doing having a conversation with another associate about how bad the market may be and what's going to happen if, and oh my gosh, darn it? Because see, what you do that first 15 minutes, I always say, really does set the tone for any productivity that's going to take place. And if you get off to a bad start early at home, and then you actually go ahead and you capitalize on your bad start by adding more to it, your first 15 minutes, you know, by 8:30 your day can be ruined. You might as well go home, get in a closet, and wait for the entire day. And then I said the third phase of this mindset is, how do you respond to the first no, N-O, that you receive as you start your day? How do you respond to that? And it's interesting because if you say that first no is a stepping stone to a yes, if you say that first no is finally out of the way, I'm so excited. If you say that first no is just one of many that we have to all get to proceed to our destination, our goal, our production, an income, a paycheck, then that no is a very beneficial thing. But if you get that first no at 9:30, and all of a sudden you're depressed and you're upset and you're angry, oh my gosh, I can't believe people talk like that, and what's it all about, and why does it have to be this way, and I'm probably going to get this all day long. Well, again, you might as well go home and sit in the garage all day long with the lights off. Because see, my belief is, the first thoughts you have when you get up, the first thoughts, that first 15 minutes at work, and then, of course, obviously, how do you respond to that first no you get? And that first no, see, I've always said that first no is the best one. I got it out of the way quick. But at the same time, I also say to myself that first no is critical because I'm not going to get all yeses. Never works that way. And as soon as I get one no, it's one less that I'm going to get and brings me closer to the yes. Or, as some sales trainer taught me in the late 60s, the only no, N-O, that really counts in selling is the last one before you quit. None of the rest of them count. The only no, N-O, that counts in selling is the last one before you quit. If you get told no at 9:15 and you quit for the day, that was a big no. That was an important no, and that is one that now has taken your day away from you. So when I talked to them about mindset, skills, activities, and action, I said the foundation of any agent's day is the mindset they have to start. So I want you to think about that for the next couple of weeks. You get up out of bed and you go potty and you brush your teeth and you take a shower and comb your hair and you put your clothes on. What's going on in your head at that moment? Okay, what are you going to sit down for breakfast and a cup of coffee with your spouse, and what are you going to input? See, that is a critical time. And then you leave and you say goodbye and you get to the office, and that first 15 minutes, what happens? Are you looking at something good, something positive, what you can do, what you can accomplish? Maybe say a few affirmations, role play and practice with another partner, create some more accountabilities? Or are you simply sitting there saying, oh my gosh, another one of these days? And then, of course, when they say no, do you smile and say, "That I got that one done, look at that, that's one," or do you collapse? So mindset is nothing more than what's going on in your head. Here's the good news. You can control what goes on in your head. Look forward to talking to you next week.